Hey guys, today we're out in my little urban garden. I'm gonna show you how I got a little urban garden fixed up here. Show you what I got growing. You know, this year I decided to go with a shade cloth. I never had used a shade cloth before. We've already had a few temperatures already up almost to 90 degrees in May. And man, it got hot. So I got online, done some reading, and showed that 70% UV reduction or whatever, shade, helps your tomatoes not be stressed out as bad. And you can tell the tomatoes are looking good. And I got some zucchini squash that's coming up. That's blooming good. I put it in a barrel, flower pot, whatever you want to call it, just to see how it would do. Then I'm gonna let it vine up this support post, and then I've got some okra and some sweet peppers coming up in this. Planted those some seeds. I've got several nice tomatoes already. They're coming up pretty good. Full of blooms. Man, they're full of blooms. And growing like crazy. I got these plants from the greenhouse. They were already bloomed when I planted them. They've been in the ground probably 3 weeks now. Look at the size of the tomatoes on them. Man, they look good and healthy. Man, these things are nice, boy. These are 4-foot tall tomato cages, and this one's done reached the top of it. Probably what I'm going to do next 2 or 3 days, it's supposed to be a little cooler and rain again. When you don't want your tomatoes to grow out of these cages, they'll grow out of them and then they'll fall over. I'll come in here, I'll take my main trunk of my tomato plant and I'll cut it off. That'll stop the tomato from getting any taller, but it'll let the rest of it fill out and they won't hang over my cages. Usually I just let them go and hang over, and then I'll trim them as I need them. But man, they're aggravating. You gotta crawl under them. And I try to keep all my leaves inside my cages. I hadn't done that yet today. And then I'll come in here every day and I'll shake my plants just a little bit where my blooms are, and that'll pollinate your plants. Then I've got some pepper plants here coming in. Those are sweet banana peppers. Those look good. And look down in there, I got some broccoli growing down in there. Something's chewing on my leaves. I hadn't figured out what they are. I'm gonna have to mix up some soap liquid and water in a spray bottle. Usually that'll keep anything from eating. There's a little worm right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spray. Very little old worm. I don't know what it was. I'll spray him here after a while. Looking pretty good, other than the little bugs eating my leaves. And I got another sweet pepper there. And the stalks on that broccoli's looking good too. Nice and thick. Look at that, nice and thick in there. Then I've got some okra coming up. Planted those from seeds. They're coming up pretty good. And I got a volunteer tomato came up from last year. Don't know what kind it is, but we'll wait and see. More okra. And I've got bell pepper plants right here. They're starting to bloom now. They've been in the ground probably maybe 2 weeks, maybe a little longer than that. Got more tomatoes sitting here. Few coming in right there. And I got some more of the summer squash, zucchini. It's blooming. This plant, I didn't think was going to make it. But I just stuck it here in this cow panel. I'm trying this cow panel this year. I've never used that before. I'm gonna see if I like it. Right now it seems to be doing pretty good. But like I say, my tomatoes ain't up good yet. Starting to produce real good yet, but I have to train them to crawl up them, climb up them, whatever. But everything's looking good. Got more, I think these are bell peppers if I'm not mistaken. I almost know they are. Tomatoes are up pretty good, and you can see a neighbor's got a garden down here. Got several tomatoes out there. They're not very big. I don't think he's giving his no plant food or anything, just 10-10-10 if I'm not mistaken. And then I've got another neighbor over here you can see. Tomatoes right in there. His is looking pretty good. And I got some sweet bell peppers set out over here. And then I got some straight neck summer squash. It's blooming, got squash on it. I'm just about ready to pick some squash. And ready to be picked. Maybe another day. Then I've got some more okra that's come up. I'm gonna have to get in here and weed that out. Okra's looking pretty good. Planted those from seeds. Couple more bell sweet peppers. Some of my squash didn't pollinate. You can see how small it is. The blooms have done fell off, and you can see the little stripes on them. That didn't pollinate. It hadn't got full yet. You can tell by looking at it, it didn't pollinate. It's got quite a bit of squash on it. That one's looking pretty good. And right here I've got pickling cucumbers. They've already started making pretty good. I'll let that run up my pole there, and then I got some noise makers. Let the wind blow them. Try to keep the unwanted varmints out of here. Then over here I got some rain barrels set up. Got them coming off my downspout. And you can see I've got them all connected together with pipe. Go from this one to that one to over here to this one. And got screen on them. Keep the pollen out. And about 150 gallons of water here. Take a $10 water barrel from Walmart, well, trash can. Epoxy a valve in it. It works good. It's a cheap way to have good water for your garden. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching.